What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be covering two growth stocks that I am very bullish on in 2021 and beyond. I still see a lot of growth and upside potential for these, and I think these companies are doing amazing things, and I wanted to cover them. So before we get into it, if you don't mind dropping a like and hitting subscribe, it really helps out the channel. Check out the links in the description to the free Discord server and my Webull referral link, where when you sign up and deposit $100, you get 4 free stocks right now. Now let's get into it. So for those of you who don't know, CRISPR Therapeutics is a leading gene editing company focused on developing transformative gene-based medicines for serious diseases using its proprietary CRISPR-Cas9 platform. CRISPR-Cas9 is a revolutionary gene editing technology that allows for precise, direct changes to genomic DNA. CRISPR Therapeutics has established a portfolio of therapeutic programs across a broad range of disease areas, including hemoglobinopathies, oncology, regenerative medicine, and rare diseases. To accelerate and expand their efforts, CRISPR has established strategic collaborations with leading companies including Bayer AG, Vertex Pharmaceuticals, and ViaCyte Inc. Now, I have personally always shifted away from pharmaceutical companies just because they are so volatile, and I've heard some crazy stories about people losing tons of money on pharmaceutical stocks, but I've been watching a lot of videos and learning a lot more about genomics and the future of healthcare. And I just think that they are onto some groundbreaking stuff, and I'm very interested in CRISPR especially and where they can go. Now, I know in 2020 they're already up 170%, which is an amazing year. So it's fair to be a bit cautious of their current valuation. But I have such a long-term outlook with them. I think they will be much higher than their current price in the coming years, and I'm just pretty bullish on them. So let's get into why I like them. So this article came out on December 21st, 2020, 3 biostocks that could explode higher in 2021. So if we scroll down to CRISPR, it talks about their partnership with Vertex Pharmaceuticals and how, the partnership with Vertex could give this stock more lift in 2021. CRISPR released encouraging results from its first attempt of an off-the-shelf stem cell transplant treatment for lymphoma patients. And if you see what happened to the stock on December 21st, it gapped up massively. And since then, it has come back down. Now, I am adding shares in the low 150s right now, and it has been fluctuating 150 to 160 all week, just back and forth. I actually do hope it goes below 150 so I can add some more shares. That would be awesome. But, in 2021, we could see more results come out from them, from these trials, and I would expect these results to be optimistic and boost the stock even higher. However, with stocks like these, bad trials, bad runs, it can really affect the stock price. So it will be volatile, and that is one thing that you would need to know before buying into this, especially if you don't have a long-term outlook on it. So an article that just came out on January 4th, 2021 says CRISPR gene editing shows promise against HIV. Now, this is pretty groundbreaking stuff in my opinion, and it makes me even more excited for the future of CRISPR. So what they did was an experiment. They took simian immunodeficiency virus, or SIV, and basically this is a frequently used model for HIV, and they put it into some monkeys. Then they used the CRISPR-Cas9 tool, packaged that with an adeno-associated virus 9, or AAV9 carrier, and this was programmed to eliminate proviral SIV DNA by distributing editing molecules to cleave and remove fragments of integrated proviral DNA from the genome of infected blood and tissue cells where SIV can actually hide. This was then administered into the animals. So CRISPR goes on to say, we show for the first time that a single inoculation of our CRISPR gene editing construct carried by an adeno-associated virus can edit out the SIV genome from infected cells in monkeys. Now, they said, just because it worked on animals doesn't mean it'll work on humans, but they are, breaking through some barriers here, and they're learning more and accomplishing more. So it is a pretty positive note, and I'm excited to see where they can go. So some other diseases that CRISPR technology could cure in the future would be cancer, blood disorders, blindness, AIDS, cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, and Huntington's disease. And these are some huge diseases that would be amazing to cure. And although it does feel like CRISPR has run up a lot this past year, like I mentioned, up over 100%, it still feels like the early ages when you look at things like this. because just imagine where they're going to be in 5 to 10 years from now, and imagine getting in now before they cure one of these crazy diseases. I want to be invested in them. I'm very bullish for what they could accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years, and I still feel like they have a lot more room to go. Another positive thing about CRISPR is they are already making money, even though they're not making a lot of money. Last year, CRISPR generated a net income of $66.8 million, thanks to $289.5 million in collaboration revenue. I view this as a positive because they are a newer company, and I view them as a growth stock. And most growth companies aren't making money yet because they're pouring back into the company and trying to grow. So at least they're making something, and I just wanted to mention that here. I do see them making a lot more money in the future years. So as you guys know, CRISPR is one of ARK's largest holdings, and another way you could get exposure to CRISPR and this idea of a genomic revolution would be through ARKG. Here are the top holdings. This is probably a bit safer way to invest and get exposure to this, and I did see them sell a little bit of CRISPR today, but it doesn't bother me at all. I know they tend to sell stocks when they go up, like they sold Tesla a couple weeks ago, but I know they're still very bullish on Tesla for the future. They're probably just reallocating percentages in their portfolio. But another stock I want to talk about is TDOC, Teladoc Health. I've seen ARK Invest buy Teladoc Health every day for the last month and a half. Now, that makes me feel that something big is coming for TDOC, and I am also invested in this one individually. I really like Teladoc Health. So Teladoc Health is another stock that I really like, and I have talked about it on the channel before. I'll throw a card up right there if you want to get a more in-depth look at Teladoc. So basically, Teladoc covers various clinical conditions, including non-critical, episodic care, chronic and complicated cases like cancer and congestive heart failure, as well as offers telehealth solutions, expert medical services, behavioral health solutions, guidance and support, and platform and program services. The company's platform enables patients and providers to have an integrated smart user experience through mobile, web, and phone-based access points. A couple things I like about Teladoc would be that they merged and acquired Livongo, and I really was bullish on Livongo when they traded on their own, and I think they're even more powerful together now. I really do think this will be huge in the future, and we have a lot of big institutions buying into Teladoc. I feel that people love this and find it convenient, just being able to do doctor's appointments and checkups at home. You don't have to waste your time driving to the doctors, waiting at the doctors, and taking a big chunk of your day out when you could easily do it via their platform and on your cell phone. It's also positive that you can get things taken care of and looked at right away, which is a problem a lot of people have, including myself. I don't want to book a doctor's appointment. I'd rather just get through it on my own with some Dayquil or NyQuil, whatever. And that's not always the right thing to do. Going to the doctor is very important, and seeing professionals about issues is very important. So I think people will be more likely to take care of their issues when it's convenient. Now, one thing to know about Teladoc is the company's not profitable yet. So I look at this as a growth play again, and I'm okay with it, but I want you guys to know that they're not profitable yet, and this is looked at as somewhat of a riskier play, but I definitely see Teladoc doing very well in 2021 and trading well above their current price. So in conclusion, healthcare isn't going anywhere. It is one of the largest and most complex sectors, making up 1/5 of the US GDP. And I just see a lot of upside potential with both of these stocks, even after coming off a hot 2020. I see them trending higher in 2021 and beyond. So just keep in mind, there will be some volatility associated with these growth plays. Teladoc Health tends to sell off when there's good vaccine news, and CRISPR has been trending up higher, so you could see people taking some profits. So as long as you're okay with the volatility and have a long-term outlook, I think these are great plays. Use those red volatile days as buying opportunities, and in the long term, you're going to make some good money on both of these stocks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.